Protesters have clashed with police in Mauritania after 3 anti-slavery activists were sentenced to 2 years in prison. At least 4 people were injured after the police used tear gas to disperse protesters on Thursday. Biram Ould Abeid, the runner-up in 2014 presidential elections and the head of an anti-slavery group, was convicted along with one of his aides Bilal Ramdane, and Djiby Sow, a civic and cultural rights campaigner. Dozens of their supporters stormed the courthouse and surrounded the prosecutor's office in the capital, Nouakchott, while others smashed the windows of the police van carrying the 3, according to private news agency Al-Akhbar. 7 others on trial for joining anti-slavery protests in November were released. Amnesty International statement condemned the use of tear gas and batons force by the police. "We are going to appeal," Brahim Ould Abeid, a defense lawyer told AFP news agency in response to the guilty verdict. The activists were charged with belonging to an illegal organization, leading an unauthorized rally, and violence against the police, their defense team said. According to Amnesty, the activists were arrested while trying to educate people about land rights in the West African country where slave descendants are often forced to give up a portion of their crops to the traditional masters. Gaëtan Mutu, Amnesty's West Africa researcher, denounced the convictions, saying, "The intensifying crackdown on anti-slavery activists in Mauritania has no legal justification and is symptomatic of the government's lack of respect for human rights." The country was the last in the world to abolish slavery, in 1981, and since 2007 its practice has been officially designated a crime punishable by up to 10 years in prison. But campaigners say the government has failed in the past to acknowledge the extent of the trade. Forced labor is a particularly sensitive issue in Mauritania, where anti-slavery charities are very active.